What's good? It's fucking Saturday night. How we all fucking doing? Feels like I haven't been on for ages. It's only been Tuesday, but we're here now. Looking forward to a banger of a card. What's good? What's good, Andrew? What's up, my N-word? How's it going, Westy? Usually, how you doing, man? I assume you're as jazzed for this one as I am. Now that we're here, I'm ready to fucking go. I am very much looking forward to this shit. How you doing, Andrew? Man, I love having you in here just for the nice little ego boost. You're welcome just for that, mate. How are you boys doing? Steve fucking Spiros, how you doing, my guy? How you doing? I assume you're working because I assume you always go online when you're working. That's how I would do it. Let's not go for that. N-word? Nah, can't go there. Wish I could, but can't. How are we all doing tonight? I am hella excited. Yeah, man, I think this is going to be a good card. I'm very, very, very confident that this is going to be a fun one. Going great, just finishing up my cooking dinner early. I haven't cooked in a long time, It's pretty disgraceful. It's been at least a couple years. Pissed that Tiny Peen Piper pulled out. He does have little dick energy, does Piper. I wasn't really that excited for the fight anyway. I kind of thought it was an easy of a layup matchup as they could give him, even though I bet against him because I hate his guts. Good to see you, Steve. You fucking G. I still think it's going to be a good card. Of all the fights, it was probably in the top 3 of ones that we didn't want to lose. But yeah, I don't know where that hella came from. That was embarrassing. Let's move on. Let's go. I'm tired of looking at cards. I'm tired of it as well. Yeah, Piper pulled out. Apparently, he pulled his vagina. So he's out. He should have gone in there and fought Gastelum anyway. Gutless. But we don't know what the reason is. Anyone who pulls out the day of, I haven't got a clue who's even fighting tonight, but I'm looking forward to it. Mexico City cards are always sweet. Gaston was in my parlay as well, but they're just going to shorten it. I've got like a free parlay, and then I've got like a free legger that I'm pretty confident is going to land spectacularly. I'm due a win. I've only had one winning card this year, and I'm about $100 down on the year, which is obviously not great, but I feel like I'm going to turn it around tonight. I'm feeling very, very confident that that will be the case. Kelvin was going to win. He wasn't. Kelvin's too easy to take down and smush, but I did put him in my parlay because logic doesn't really come into it for me when I'm betting on MMA cards. I genuinely like Joe Pyfer is in my top 5 hated. I've got no respect for the man. SAS crying Bronny, flying LeBron ain't lying, Lakers in 5. The playoff picture isn't complete yet, is it? I'm still hoping that my Warriors will sneak into the top 6, but it's going to be a tight one. I bet on Moreno. I'm kind of regretting it. No, I bet on Moreno as well. Moreno's in both my parlays. I think Moreno is one of the best flyweights ever. And I think Steve ERCEG is a little bit overhyped. I think he's going to get beaten up. I think it's going to be a very, very comprehensive Moreno 5-round victory where he just duppies him up for a bit. Say Frank, how you doing, bruv? Shout out to you, Musical, you fucking legend. If I win this parlay, I'll have my account go up to $2,000. I started off with 200 on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson match. That is nice. I made like two and a half grand last year. But if you think that I bet on every single card, it's kind of embarrassing. It wasn't great. This year, I've been on the losing streak of losing streaks. It's always one fighter who fucks up my day. So the thing is, yeah, last year I stuck to the rule of 3-leg parlays maximum, and I've started going against myself and doing 5 leg, 6 leg, and it never works out because one cunt always fucks up your day. So I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm going back to what worked, and we're gonna try a couple of 3-leggers and see how that goes. This year has been disappointing betting wise. I'm taking a break for a while. You know yourself when that time comes. I always say I'm gonna take. I do this every weekend. I delete the app and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not betting anymore. And then Friday comes around. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. Check your Twitter later, you cunt. I will. I've been very inactive on Twitter and Discord lately. It's quite bad. I need to get back in the game. I just don't have the time. But I will. I'm finished work now. I've got the next 3 weeks off. I'm flying on Tuesday. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Some shenanigans are going to be taking place, and I'm very excited. There's something magical about 3 legs. You're just playing the odds. I'd rather my strategy last year was bet high but bet on small legs, and it really worked out. And for some reason, I completely abandoned that this year. I don't know why I swerved away from what was working so well for me. I'm not very bright, I think is the problem. But I've learned, and I'm hoping tonight is gonna be the start of getting back on a winning run because I'm a terrible gambler. No worries, bruv. How long will your trip be? I'm going for about 2 weeks. It's gonna be good. Mind you, though, every time I go to Manila, I end up having a shitty time. Like, I get drunk and I do something stupid, like I fall down a flight of stairs, or it's usually, like, leg injuries I get. Just, like, drunkenly hobbling about the streets and stepping on something I shouldn't, and then pulling a leg muscle somewhere, and then I'm just miserable for the rest of the trip. This time it's gonna be different. Maybe. But yeah, I'm going 3 legs. 3 legs from now on. 3-leg Frankie is what they call me. Unfortunately, not for that reason. I may be stupid, but I'm also dumb. That's my motto. Be like Joe Pyfer. Yeah, I hate Joe Pyfer. I've said this multiple times on stream before. Anyone who's jacked and white and is complaining about being homeless and asking for handouts has no respect from me. Fuck you. I think Giuliano copied your haircut. I wasn't gonna bring it up. It's a suspiciously similar shape. What's up, Frankie? I'm still gonna grape you on sight, boy. You scary motherfucker. How are you? Make sure you stretch before and after, brother. Yeah, you should really stretch. Like, I usually stretch before I do a workout. The same rule should apply to when you're hitting like, let's call them gentleman clubs. And they aren't the kind of gentleman clubs they have around here. It's a different kind of vibe over there. But I should be stretching before I enter these establishments. I think that's where I've been fucking up, to be perfectly honest. But I'm learning. Waking up hungover and battered from falling down the stairs is the worst. There was one time when I left my phone in a bar, right? And I went back to go and get it. Somebody somewhere has got a video clip of this because there was security cameras inside the bar where I've run in. I was drunk off my head. I've taken off with a taxi, gone back into the bar. My phone's gone, and I start fucking raging. And then I run out of the place and trip on a step and land on my knee, shattered my kneecap. Didn't realize until like several weeks later that I'd shattered it because I just kept drinking and drinking. It was only when I got home that I realized I'd completely fucked myself up. I pulled too many hammies in my prime, going too hard in the paint. Unfortunately, mate, it's the way we've got to live our lives. So if he was jacked and black but homeless, are you asking for handouts? Would you have an issue? I'd still be disgusted. But I've heard on good authority from numerous black men that I go that they have it harder in life. And as a non-black person myself, I'm gonna have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Know what I mean? Did your knee grow back? Don't think that's how it works. It took like 6 months to heal. It was not pleasant. But that was one of the good stories. There was another story, yeah, where I was in Thailand and I was drunk off my head again, and I was with this really hot girl. And I thought it'd be a good idea to carry her down the stairs of a subway. Don't know why I thought this was a good plan. Long story short, like I slipped and dropped her and then like landed on my ankle. It's always leg injuries, man. Always. I just crushed the gym off Cialis and my pre-workout only stretching. I'm doing stretching out the homie's mum. That's beautiful, that is. There's something wrong with you, sir. But they are really loud. I need to get chat back up properly. Oh, fuck. Somebody should say this to Giuliano about the haircut. I think that would really irritate him. Because when I saw it, I was like, this looks familiar. And I was like, it's me. Yeah. Frankie literally wearing black pussy right now. It's a tiger. Which I guess is black pussy. Fair enough. Yeah, you got me on that one. Anyone got any last minute parlays that they want to throw in my direction? Because I don't think I've added enough sauce to my steak. Aaron Tatz was referring to when he said they're really loud, by the way. The thing is that all the black people that I know that I grew up with all have amazing jobs. And they're doing really well in life and they still complain about being black. It kind of annoys me, to be honest. I wish I could have seen a video of you doing some massive rails at UFC Manchester in that onesie. I'm gonna tell you something, Chris Gray. I can't find the video I took of me in the onesie. And I've dug for it. Because I know you're desperate to see it. I may have fucked up on that one. But I assure you it happened. Frankie, drop the Addy and I'll call the cat. Are you on coke right now? You're on a mad one, especially for you. Do you ever put brown sauce on the side of your steak? Bro, I'm not a sauce man at all. I fucking detest condiments. I don't fuck with ketchup, mayonnaise, none of them things. I think they're all gross. I'm one of those people who goes to like a fast food restaurant and I'm always like waiting extra long because I need them to remove that shit. But I always get my shit fresh, so there's a benefit to it. Drop the Addy and I'll call the caddy. Don't know what to... You always catch me off guard. Constantly. Anyway, I think the card kicks off in about an hour, so we've got some time to shoot the shit before things really kick off. I'm slightly more excited about this than I am for UFC London. I think these fights are actually better. Frankie is a dry guy in more ways than one. Yeah, I magically lost it. I was sure I took multiple videos of it as well. And the worst thing is I threw the onesie away as well. I'm that kind of guy. I was like, I've got no room for this. I just threw it out. It cost me like 30 quid. It's fight day, bro. I'm hyped. Hide your wife, hide your kids. Daddy's back in town. You should be on a list, my friend. Imagine drowning in a thing of mushy peas. I don't like mushy peas as well. I always order garden peas. I sound like a boring cunt right now, which you guys should be fully aware of, given how well you know me by now. Me being a dry guy shouldn't surprise you in any way. Yeah, I don't fuck with mushy peas. I find them gross. When will you start playing them games behind you? Most of them are sealed. So probably never. I'm one of those people who has like a collecting hobby that makes very little sense. Are you getting a Switch too? I've already ordered one. And I will play it, probably. HP on a full English breakfast. Nah. Nah, I don't fuck with any of that. Nah, I don't fuck with black pudding either. Black pudding is gross. I don't fuck with it. I'm a very simple man with my English breakfasts. The fights actually suck today, though. I disagree. We don't have a lot of name value, but we've got bangers on there. I think the fights are actually going to be sick. This is a hardcore card. Super Nintendo. I've got a Super Nintendo. It's in the middle wherever there, it's right there. I've still got my original Super Nintendo, bro. How can you order one? I ordered it on shop.to. So they started doing like pre-orders a couple of months ago. You basically, I think it's a penny or a pound or something to get into a pre-order queue. And then as soon as it gets released, they just once the pre-orders are official, they automatically take the money from your account and then you get one on the day. And I've used them before. I did it with a PS5 when everyone was scrambling around like fucking retards, and I managed to get one from them then. So I'm gonna trust that and Nintendo are a little bit better at getting their hardware prepared. So I think we're gonna be all right. What up, Professor? Just finalizing bets with Jules' punting crew. I'm a dry guy too, Frankie, for 20 years now. Run through your bets quickly. All right, so I've got. Hang on, shit. I just realized. Yeah, this is what I'm telling you. Yeah, I deleted the app from my phone last week in a rage. So I'm gonna have to go online real quick. All right, so I've got seeing as you asked, I've got 2 parlays. So I've got a free parlay where, believe it or not, I'll put Kelvin Gastelum in it. 1 second. Okay. So I've got 2 parlays running. Now, the first one, the one that I'm really confident about, is I've done a triple with Christian Rodriguez, who's fighting Ezekiel Costa. I've got Manuel Torres to beat Drew Dober, and I've got Brandon Moreno to beat Steve ERCEG. And I got that at about plus 400, stuck 50 quid on, and it's going to make me about 250 bucks if it comes through. So nothing too. Oh my God. And then my other one, because Kelvin Gastelum got taken out of it, it was a £10 free bet. And it's going to make me 50 if it comes through. And it's got Jamal Edwards, same people on it basically, but including Jamal Emmers as well. Black pudding is the thing I keep out of my full English. Fuck that shit. It's basically dried, hardened blood. I prefer my blood fresh. So you have so much money, you can just buy all them games and never play them. Must be nice, bro. It's pretty sweet. But also, a lot of the games that I have are like collectors, and I keep them sealed. So my gaming collection is worth a lot of money, upwards of like 100 grand, and that's the last time I checked. And I've bought a lot since. So black pudding is good, bro. It's fucking not, bro. Frankie, do you like maple syrup? For kinky purposes, I do. I'm not going to get too far into that. Nintendo event for Switch 2 is early next week. I've heard that it's going to come out just before the summer. I was expecting it at the end of the year. I'm going to fuck with it. I'm hearing some really good things about it. I'm looking forward to its release. I think it's going to be good. You're due for a run, bro. I fucking am. My time is coming. It might not be today. I always go on like a 10, 11 week run at some point in the year, and I make a killing. And it kind of covers me for the whole year and then some. And then I gradually like fritter it away because I'm stupid and lazy and impulsive. Tim, that's a really nice way to say you're on a disgusting losing streak. It's true. Because the thing is, yeah, I only bet like 50 bucks a week, right? And because the amount I make is usually, the parlays I put on are usually big payouts, they kind of make up for themselves. Like I said, if I go on like a 9-10 week run, which I always do every year, I've probably jinxed it now, it more than makes up for it. Have you ever had cow's blood when traversing Asia? I have not. I'm very careful with what I stick in my mouth when I'm in Asia. What up, Rafusho? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Again, sorry about the fuck up on Sunday. Hopefully you'll be around next week. I should be doing a live stream tomorrow, but I'm in the process of like packing and getting things sorted. So it's a 50-50 right now. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. I just changed my diver bet. I don't really do props, so I never really bet on the outcome of a fight unless it's a decision. Because KOs and subs are kind of tricky. I know they boost things really, really, really big, but like, I don't really fuck with them. Good. You're just gonna have a suitcase full of food in it and dildos, I imagine. What else do you buy and never use? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Like, I've bought 2 VR headsets in the past, and I used them for a couple of days, and then I don't fuck with them. How long are you gonna be live? I'm thinking, like, an hour and a half in total. So I reckon I'll get into, like, the first fight of the card, and then I'll fuck off, because then Dougie goes on, and Gilly goes on. So there's options, and I'd rather hang around in those streams and just watch the card at my leisure. Because whenever I do live streams, I end up not watching anything. And also people spoil shit in the chat, which ain't helpful. But for eating on waffles or pancakes, maybe French toast, no kinky stuff, probably. Nah, I reserve maple syrup for kinky shit only. You don't want to know what I do with it. Okay, don't worry. I'll be doing a live tonight covering UFC Mexico. I figured you would do it. Like the stream, you fucking wankers. Exactly. I have to put it in the fucking banner because I always forget. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I got excited about the London card at like the 11th hour because I realized, hang on a second, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I can watch a card without fucking up my entire weekend. But this one's on reasonably early as well. So I know you go on a run, bro. I'm 600 richer because of their last year. It would have been 1,500 if fucking Docs got back to me. I'll forgive you. Could make it back for me. Gilly is on now. Yeah, Gilly's been on. Gilly's been on all day. Gilly's work ethic when it comes to the live streams is unmatched, mate. The longest I've ever got. I've done 7-hour lives before, and they're fucking problematic. I hate doing it. I don't have the stamina for it. I'm hyped for the people's main event, Godinez versus Palostri. I didn't even know. What is Loopy fighting on this card? I had no idea. Do you have a mini net in your yard to kick the footy around with Mini Frank? I do. I was playing football with him today, actually. My garden is like stacked out, mate. I've got like a full like playground situation going on. My kid has it good. But yeah, we play football a couple times a week. He's got into like this sounds. I'm not going to talk about this. It's too boring. Let's move on. But I do a lot of like sports stuff with him. I didn't even know fucking Godinez was fighting tonight. It's news to me. Is she? She's not fighting tonight, is she? This card is all right. I reckon we're gonna get some brutal fucking finishes tonight. No, she is fighting. Yeah. I had no idea. I had no idea. It's got to that point now where I'm starting to forget people's names, and I'm not a big Loopy Godinez guy anyway. I'm a fan of women's MMA in general. You know that. Yeah, man. I'm kind of like I said because I'm flying on Tuesday. I've got like a lot of kind of like one-on-one time with the lad to get through. So we've got a lot of stuff planned. Yeah, sorry, man. I had no idea. I don't give a fuck about Loopy Godinez. Sorry. She probably wins though. I think Pilastri. I don't really. I mean, they're all shit. Let's be honest. But I think Pilastri is especially shit from what I can remember. She trains like 2 hours away from me. You should take your shot, bro. Women's MMA has been propping up the UFC recently. It's embarrassing. There are some women's fighters that I like, but not for fighting reasons. It's an opportunity. You think it's an opportunity to multitask, but even the hottest of women in MMA, when they get in there and they're wearing UFC apparel, it drops them down like 3 or 4 points. Yeah, Juice Man's been saying wild stuff from when he came in here. I think Juice Man is a contrarian, and I love Juice Man. But I think he says this shit just to piss everyone off. And it's beautiful. That's how I started my entire YouTube journey. Just saying, I used to cower behind a PowerPoint and talk mad shit. And then as soon as I got on camera, my attitude just changed. Completely pussied out. And my bae, Jasmine Jasuda Vicious. I like Jasmine. She at least fights excitingly. I've made a lot of money betting on Jasmine Jasuda Vicious. I bet against her in the last one. I think it might have been the last one or the one before, and got burned pretty badly. Just realized I wasn't sub to Capitan. Indeed, Lane, I'm worried for you, Lane. I think Gilly's got you in a gilly this week. Usually, I agree with you, Lane, all the way, but I think you're gonna come unstuck in this one. I just have a feeling. The only one out of your 3 I think might land might be, ERCEG's a chance because 'cause he's got that power, and he is actually good, but yeah, I love Juice Man. Whether he's being serious or not, he's entertaining. She's fighting Jessica Andrade. I think she wins that as well. I think when's that happening? I'm really out. I don't really give a fuck anymore. I'll be honest, boys. I prefer Sunday when we get on and we just start talking shit and then things just break loose. I don't think I like MMA that much anymore. Like I said last week, I'm still gonna keep watching it because I don't know what else to do. But my excitement is gone. Yeah, Lane. I think it's the only week you've gone up against Giddy where I've been like, ugh, that's a rough one. But having said that, I've been wrong so many times this year. You should take that as encouragement. Nah, Hustle Bones is my boy. I love the women juice, as do I, Andrew. I'm a big fan. I do love vagina. It's the only thing I like about them, really. She fights her in UFC Montreal, so that's when Bilal, hopefully, he's not going to lose, is he? I'm kind of glad, though, yeah, that we didn't waste JDM on Leon Edwards. I was disappointed when that fight got cancelled, but after seeing how dog shit Leon Edwards was, I'm glad we didn't waste JDM coming back on that scrub. I was so close to getting to see her fight back in Canada. I've heard Jasuda Vicious is actually quite hot in person. I've heard she's not bad. You'd have to tell me. I swear you've met her in the past. Or maybe there was another female fighter that you met that you were backing up to the hill, and I was like, nah, bro, she's a monster. But you were insistent. You have had some W's in the past regarding women ratings that I had to backtrack on. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling excited. Lane, I don't like the Dober fight now, but I had $10 against Erod on your sub at 750. That's a bit of a worry. Dober only beats up black men. Look at his record. Torres is not black enough to lose against Dober. Or not. I was about to say tanned enough. That sounds really ignorant. You know what I'm saying? He's too much in the middle to lose to Dober. Oh, you met her at Edmonton Mall. That was right. What's up, old man? How you doing, Cold Art? Just chilling out before the card starts, man. No real plan here. We're just, you know how Saturday streams go. Not that I ever plan anything, but you know your fly white bunnies. I would say you've got an even record. You've had some stinkers in the past, but you're my boy. I'm gonna let it slide. Vince Pichel. I love Vince Pichel. If Vince Pichel was like 6 years younger, I would back him in this fight. Unfortunately, he's an old cunt, and I know what that feels like. He's gonna lose. But it's I don't think it will be clear cut. Vince is pretty Vink is pretty durable. So I think he goes the free, but I think he loses. He shouldn't even still be fighting. But Vink Pichel is one of those people that he's definitely underachieved in his career because he's very clear. From Hell is the best fight name. That is a sick fight name. I like fight names that are clever and rhyme, and he's got it sewn up with that one. That Dober black man take is hysterical. I love that everyone is saying it. Dober's chin is still good. I mean, he did just lose to Gene Silver, which is no shame, but Gene Silver beat the shit out of him. And Torres is I've seen some breakdowns on it, so this is not an original take. The thing that worries me about what Dober does is he kind of goes in with his head a lot to unload. And Torres has got some nasty elbows on the inside. I think he's gonna break his face up. And I like Drew Dober. I like the way he conducts himself. He's always fun. A Drew Dober fight is never shit. But I don't think this is a great stylistic one for him. I think he's gonna get smashed. Compliments to his sick mustache. The first thing I said about Pichel, bro. That Anyone that has like a mustache you can twiddle is aces in my book. I've always been jealous of people that can grow a full facial arrangement. Hooker bitch was mad. I found out he from Orange County. I've lost it. I've lost it here. I don't know much about American destinations and shit. The Axe Murderer is the goated nickname. I think he missed a trick. That guy is it's a scary nickname. I think he should have gone with something different. What's up, fam? I hope Lego Boy loses. I hope he does not. I'm a big fan of Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno, yeah, for me, demonstrates how fucking good Pantoja is. Pantoja for me is one of the pound for pound best. And beating Moreno as many times as he has is kind of testament to that. But I think I thought Moreno did lose against Royval, but I think he's a better fighter than him. Everyone stood up for Yan last week when I kept saying he's freaking 42. Now you're saying Vince is different situation though. PRESHOW hasn't really achieved anything in his career, and at the lower weight classes, 42 years old is a problem. When you're an old man, you can kind of get away with it. Basically, at light heavyweight and heavyweight, 42 is like 35. I wouldn't be surprised if Vince PRESHOW won. I didn't bet against him. Like none of my parlays go against him because he's actually very skilled, but I don't think he's gonna win. I don't. Yeah, the Baby Assassin is one of the worst nicknames. The Baby Assassin's in a lot of people have that as their nickname, not just in MMA. It's a bit soy. I'll be honest. I'll be real. It did fit Wanderlei Silva. Wanderlei Silva though, like I think Neanderthal. He needs to embrace something because he was as dumb as it gets. I would have embraced that. Man spelled peon with a Y. I love that juice, man. It emphasizes the hate in the word. I'm not getting involved in you two's beef. I like both of you. No more title shots for Moreno. I disagree. I think if he wins tonight in startling fashion, he could be up next. But you can't really justify giving him to Pantoja. Because Pantoja is he's beaten 3 times. You can't justify that. Yeah, so it's a tricky one. Moreno's on a path to deserving it though. If he beats Steve ERCEG, I reckon what they'll do is if he beats Steve ERCEG and Kai Kara France loses, they'll probably do him and Kai Kara France. Although we need to see Kai Kara France in cap. Yeah, the baby assassin thing, it does sound like a baby killer. You're right. I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah. Frankie, what's your favorite part of being a teacher? It's a professor, cunt. And my favorite part about it, this is gonna sound corny as fuck. It's usually like several years later when I get hit up by people who have gone on to do good things, and they've come back and said to me they the belief I had in them has pushed them on, and they've ended up doing X, Y, and Z with their lives. It feels like I'm not wasting my time. I think it's that. And the thing is that I'm very, very afraid of standing in front of like I've had hundreds of people in a lecture seminar with me before, and I'm terrified every time I do it. But once I get in the flow of it, it's exciting to see everyone hanging off your word, laughing at your little jokes and stuff, or at least pretending to laugh at your little jokes. There's a buzz from it, which I think is why I'm so drawn to combat sports as well, because seeing people get into those situations and seeing what the adrenaline must be like is unbelievable. And the power, yes, Hustle Bones, the power to 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 elevate or crush someone's dreams. But no, I'm somebody who in my profession, I work extremely hard for I treat everyone fairly, even if I think they're a cunt. So that's how I approach my entire career. Yeah, you can totally give Moreno another title shot, just not right away. He moved the needle more than any other flyweights. 100%. He kept the flyweight division propped up. And the thing is that he might not be a big name. He might be a cringy ass personality, But nobody can tell me they've seen a Brandon Moreno fight where he's been shit, where the fight's been shit. He always has bangers. And I think that's what I love about this main event. You're gonna have a crowd that's amped up for it, and you're gonna have two guys who are gonna go in there to scrap, and it's gonna be technical as fuck. Brandon Moreno is a very, very good fighter, and I'm very excited for that main event. This is basically sink or swim for ERCEG, though. If ERCEG doesn't win this, he's never gonna get anywhere near the belt again. That's very wholesome. Love to hear it, bruv. It's honestly, it's why I do it. It's why I do it. And I'd like to think I've changed, well, at least altered the lives of like maybe a couple hundred people in my career. It means something, you know. It does. I feel like I've gained a lot of respect doing that job, but in the job I'm doing now, I certainly feel like it's more helpful than ever. Read WMC. What did you say, WMC? If Moreno doesn't finish ERCEG, he doesn't deserve the shot before Kai Kara France. Moreno, I think he does need a finish. He's not gonna if he just beats Steve ERCEG, he's not gonna get a title shot again. But if he wins, you can't help but give him another one. Because again, he would have got two nice wins back to back, and Brandon Moreno looked better than he's ever looked in his last fight, and that's why I'm so confident for this one. I think he's gone to a new gym. I think he took the requisite time off, and I think he's ready to go. Other than his Brandon Royval fight, he always puts it on. I mean, even in the Brandon Royval fight, he had his moments, and Brandon Royval is very, very good as well. I bet on Brandon Royval to be Tatsuro Taira. And that was another night where I made a fuckload of money because he was quite a big underdog as well, and I knew he was going to win. I just didn't feel Tatsuro Taira was quite ready. Jesus, this card has the worst nicknames I've ever heard: Pretty Boy, Astro Boy, Problem Boy, Thud. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. But I actually think we're due. We are due an absolute cracker of a card this year. We deserve it. We've had like one or two that were really, really good. The UFC needs this tonight because it's been stinker after stinker. 2025 has been the least exciting year for me so far in living memory. Assassin Baby is better than Baby Assassin. Yeah, you're right. That comes across as way less fucked. Hasn't the Goblin Kai Kara France pulled out of his last? The thing is, yeah, the simple fact of it is, Steve ERCEG fought Pantoja, and I thought he clearly lost the fight, but he made it close in parts, and Kai Kara France starched him out. So there's justification for doing it. They've shit the bed here, though. They should have done Kai Kara France against Cap, and then done Marab versus Pantoja. It seemed like an easy fix to me, but it is what it is. Kai Kara France is going to get the shot. Pantoja is going to deal with him easily. And then hopefully we get Kai Kara France versus Cap. Tyra needs to work on that head movement worse than Hamzat's. It's because he hasn't had to throughout his whole career. He kind of has had to. He's got away with kind of like basic striking, and then Tyra's takedown game is one of the best in the entire organization. The way he transitions between positions, that submission he got against who was it? I think it was Perez or someone like that, where he leaned back and busted out his knee. I thought that was very smart, a very underrated way to finish somebody. The thing is about Albazi, Chris Gray, he's shit. Albazi for me got the biggest robbery in UFC history in terms of how lopsided that fight was. He got outstruck 4-1, and he got taken down 8 times, and only got 1 takedown. And he won that fight 4-1 on some scorecards. Mind blowing. UK smells like Indian food. Smells like chips, mate. Smells like chip fat. For sure. Hustle, your mama wasn't that. I'm not reading that. I've just said I'm not going to get involved in the beef, and then I'm getting caught up reading this. I'll let you two do your thing. We're just going to forget about that Asian dude who got a title shot right. The thing is with Kaya Sakura, yeah, that title fight in any other circumstance would have been ridiculous. But he had an amazing an amazing, amazing career at Ryzen, where he fought some really good guys. And the bottom line is, you know how the UFC rolls these days. It's about people who have good social media followings. And Kaya Sakura has a massive following. And there was nobody, and you could justify it because there was nobody else in the division who really deserved a shot at that time. Panso has run through the whole division. So I get it. Circumstances kind of, you know, hang on a second. Perfect timing. How you doing? How you doing, Jax? What's good, man? Subscribe to Making the Walk if you haven't already. Jax, has that video of yours come out yet? I'm looking forward to seeing what you had to say about star power or lack thereof in the UFC. I'm looking forward to hearing about that. True, his biggest win is a robbery for sure. I was very glad to see him get battered like a sausage. Very good analogy. And yeah, he got destroyed. Amir Al-Bazi's never been good. I don't know what they're going to do with him next, but I hope it's something really awful. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Tatsuro Taira. I think Tatsuro Taira chokes his chicken. No, not chokes his chicken. I think he deals with him quite handily. I think he gets a finish within 3. Nice and easy. All right, Hustle and Juice Band, let's fucking calm it down. What fight or fights are you most looking forward today, Big Frank? The main event's a great one. I think Rodriguez and Costa's going to be decent. I'm a big fan of Jamal Emmers as well. I think Jamal Emmers is very underrated. But Gabriel Miranda does have a really nice mustache, so we've got to take that into consideration. But yeah, I think the co-main and main are going to be the I don't know what the fuck Edgar Chavez and CJ Vergara are doing as the feature fight. That's a fucking disgrace. There's some bangers on this card. It's a bunch of names that you don't really know if you're a bit of a casual, but it starts in about half an hour. I might be wrong. Sandy Ryan. I do not know who Sandy Ryan is, but seeing as we enjoy playing this game on Fight Night Frankie, Sandy, oh, she's a boxer. It just means she's going to be rodded out. Let's have a look. Oh, she's not rodded out. I'll tell you this, Chris. She looks like an absolute tart. So I'm game. You know, I do. Colton G. I'm actually willing to up the stakes on that one. When we do the International Fight Week London thing, we're gonna be starved of things to do. We're hopefully gonna do like a 72-hour live stream. With all the UK boys are gonna band together and trash some poor fuckers Airbnb. I'm not putting that on my credit card. I know how that's gonna go. But I will do your 75 push-ups challenge thing. I've realized as well though, yeah, I'm gonna have to put a caveat onto that. They have to be like all the way down, all the way up, but like real quick. Because I get a little bit of a steam behind me. Bangs and mash, yeah, 18 minutes. Video is up, bro. Thanks for jumping in on that. I'm gonna check it out after this. If you could link it in the chat as well, bro, we can maybe get some traffic in that direction. That'd be sweet. I'm looking forward to seeing how you handled that. She has a fine ass accent. I bet she is a freak in the sheets because she always, yeah, people in the UK, Chris, we call that a fuck off face. You know that face that looks like she's in the middle of or about to tell someone to fuck off. Manu Fernandez, my boy. The Peruvian gangster is up in the building. How you doing, Manu? Good to see you here, bro. I'm assuming you're fucking hyped for this card as well. I am. I'm buzzing. Wasteman. JVD. Why am I a waste man? And wait a second. Well, I mean, you're right, but make sure you come on tomorrow. I want the same panel as last week. I thought it was the right blend. It was 2 people that talk sense, you and I, versus 2 gobshite nonsense talkers in Gilly and Good Noodle. And I think I need help on a Sunday because those 2 are just wild. If you do touch your, hang on a second. If you do touch your chest to the floor and do some pussy little half rep push-ups, we will roast you forever. No, no, no. It has to be all the way up, all the way down. Full arm extension. I understand how push-ups work, mate. All the way up, all the way down. The thing is, though, yeah, my push-ups look fucked here because I've got no ass. It's the weakest part of my body game, and I don't want to be doing squats because they gay. So I've got little to no ass. There's a little bit poking out, but that to be perfectly honest is why I don't do push-ups on camera, because I will be slaughtered for it for all time. I've got no ass game, and frankly, I don't need one. She's one of the Katie Taylor main training partners for when she beat Chantel Cameron. I'm sure she's very good, but we know we don't care about that. We're strictly rating how they look, because that's all that matters around here. Hope my brother Kevin Borjas beat that lazy boy. That should be a scrap. I'm not sure who I'm going to pick for that one. I'm the pay stub general, watermarked, 100% pop, worth every dollar. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but it sounds fucking dirty, so I'm all for it. We call it a resting bitch face here. I prefer fuck off face. Frank, front squats target more quad than back squats. I see ya. I can't imagine working my glutes out without it being gay. And I'd rather have no ass than go through that procedure. I'm going to be real. And like I said, I've got like a pop-in, got a pretty decent chest. The face is all right. You know what I'm saying? So the ladies will have to put up with me having the back. It is what it is. No arse genetics. Giddy's too nice to talk nonsense. No, I'm the thing is here, Noodle does talk a lot of nonsense here, but I love him for it because he sticks to his convictions. And he rages, which is always good online entertainment. I do enjoy it. Is that why you like Asians so much? Are you implying that Asians don't have bundas? Because you really don't know, sir. I didn't say I don't like bundas. I said I don't have one. Do jumping lunges. They get your ass and legs big and they don't take much time or effort. Do you know what the problem is, Colton? Yeah. I'm old as fuck. And my knees and hips are cooked. Like I went for like an 18-month period where I ran like 15 miles every day on a treadmill. Sorry, 15 kilometers every day on a treadmill. And I used to go to bed at night in real pain. And I just couldn't. And I'd basically, like, as soon as my knees would, I'd wake up in the middle of the night. It took me like 6 months after I stopped running to recover. I've just got shitty genetics, mate. Thick Asians are all right. I'm slowly converting JVD to the cause. When I go out there next week, I'm going to go into a bar. We'll do a live stream like this, but I'll do it on my phone, obviously. And then you man can judge for yourself. Bear in mind, though, it is Manila that I'm going to, not Bangkok. So this is like the dollar store version of Bangkok, but it will give you like a baseline for what the potential is. Look at this as like B-line, dollar store level Asians. And if you find yourself titivated by what you see, then it's only uphill from there. Because if you go to like Korea, Thailand, Japan, China, there's just a better class of women there. Not that I'm saying that all Filipino women are fucked up. That would be horrible to say. But they're either like insatiably hot or like dogs. I've probably made that sound worse, but fuck it. It is what it is. Noodle is based. Dig that kid as much as too smelly doesn't come in here anymore. But he does shout me out every now and then. So shout out to Too Smelly as well. Just body weight hopping lunges, bro. I'm telling you, just try it. I'll look it up. I'll give it a shot. It doesn't sound as gay as the alternatives, which I know is a very surprising thing for me to say in here, seeing as the shit that's come out of my mouth, but you know how it do. I did barbell hip thrust to help my deadlift lock out and felt like such a prat. That's the thing, man. I can't work out and feel like I don't like feeling silly when I work out. It's the same thing as well, yeah. Like I'm currently building a gym. I've converted my garage into like a room, and I'm starting to put gym equipment into there. I've got my treadmill. I'm gonna buy like a Smith machine and all that kind of shit. I'm building it up. I don't like going to private, or I don't like going to gyms in general because I always meet cunts who try to give me tips. I was telling you this one time. When I was working out in China. I went there at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was this fat Chinese guy who would always come in and harass me. He harassed me to the point where at one point I was using the bench, and he started adding weights as I was lifting. I just hate gyms. Poor brown Asian chicks are hotter though. I don't mind brown skin well, in general, but like I don't mind darker skinned Asians. I don't really have a preference. Gyms are dying nowadays. They're just horrible cesspool places. I hate gyms. And the thing is that I've tried to go to like 24-hour gyms where you go there at like 3 in the morning or whatever, and there's always a cunt there who just ruins your day. Rich white Asians are, well, yeah, of course. Of course. Have you like having said that though, Antec, have you ever smashed somebody out here who's dirt poor? It's fucking glorious. It's like they're banging for their meal. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the next level shit. So I'm just that's a tip from me to you. It's like an audition. They treat it like an audition. Man, I sound like an obnoxious cunt. It is what it is though. Koreans and Japs are top tier Asians. The problem with Koreans here is they've all got surgery. They've all got surgery done. So Koreans look very similar. And I'm not saying that in a racist way. There's like 4 categories of Asians. Sorry, of Koreans. But Koreans are all skinny, like they're slender and they're back. So I love you too. Are you going to bed? You're going to bed already? You're a good boy. I love you. What was I saying? Hustle preferably like them boy ladies. Yeah, Juice man, I'm gonna reiterate what I've said about this multiple times here. You can very easily tell what a lady boy is. They're not that hard to spot. Anyone who comes out with like I was telling you boys the other day, yeah, we were at a breakfast, not a breakfast, a birthday dinner, and one of my guys who I've grew up with was going off about ladyboys. He was basically like, "Look, man, if I'm in the moment, I might just like fuck it. If I wake up and I find out she's a dude, I'm gonna be like, well, it happened." And he was going off on one, and we were all just like, it went so quiet. He's definitely getting pegged. Frankie, did you see my second last chat above, brother? Hang on a sec. So she wasn't even being loud for Clarissa. Clarissa Shields is in my top 5. Hate that cunt. Just black, I guess. I can't help being obnoxious. Clarissa Shields is gross, mate. Hang on a sec. And close my door properly. Yeah, he's a little sweetheart. I've kind of stopped my son going on camera. Occasionally he runs in and tries to jump on, and I think for his own privacy, I'm not gonna let him jump on camera anymore. I think it's a mistake. That's disgusting. What's disgusting? You caught a few STDs off them too. Wait, sorry, can you clarify? I've lost control of what I was talking about here. Who have you caught STDs off, Adek? The thing is, if you played a game like I do, you're bound to get an STD every now and then. Fortunately, I've only had an STD twice in my life, and fortunately, they were the couple pills and they're gone variety. I've been very lucky considering how reckless I've been in my young age. Like I've done some fucking mad stuff when I was younger. Jesus Christ, it is a miracle that my dick hasn't fallen off, or that I don't have AIDS. It's honestly, or maybe not AIDS because it's amongst a certain community, but you know what I'm saying. Frankie, agree with your son on camera, bro. Yeah, I just don't think it's a good look. He's not old enough to make the choice. So I'm like, I'd rather keep that side of my life private as well. Ti Denim, nothing pathetic about starting from the ground up. Just keep it in your head that you got to set aside a measly couple of minutes out of the whole 24-hour day, possibly in the AM. You mean for working out? 100%. Your friend thinking a ladyboy is okay. The thing is that he tried to bring it to the group here. He was like, You man are all capping." He's one of those guys, yeah. "You man are all capping. You telling me if it looked like a girl and it like." I think he's confused. I think he thinks here, like, first of all, he thinks here that all lady boys out there have had surgery where they've had their dick chopped off, which I'm telling you is not the case. Like 99% of lady boys in them countries, they can't afford them surgeries there, and they want the best of both worlds. They want to get fucked in the ass. They want to look like a woman, but they also want to, you know, tap some ass as well. They want to have their cake and eat it, or their sausage and eat it, as the analogy may go. Can your son's code name be Blanket? It's a bit too creepy for me. Because some fellow whitey told her to shut her yap and put headphones on while she was live streaming on a treadmill at a public gym. This is the problem with gym culture now. As soon as I walk into a gym and I see some cunt with a camera doing squats, I'm just like, I'm getting out of here, man. Give a quick slap on the ass and then just get out of there. Douglas Dunn, I'll send a vid at the end of 24th day. I used to be able to do 20. 20 what? I recently got like a finally I had one before, but you know those pull-up bars that you put on the door? I've got one of them now, and I did a workout yesterday, and I was like, "Fucking hell, man! I've been wasting time because literally my whole body's sore today." I think that's gonna bring me up to the next level because I basically live on like a lot of cardio, like walking a lot and jogging a lot and push-ups. I've kind of gone off using like doing bar curls as well. I don't really do them as much because again, jerky elbows. Tim Denham, you got me on Instagram or Discord? Discord, same name, same pic. Shout out to Douglas's Discord. Frankie the Don Dada, how you doing this, Nacho? We're basically waiting for 20 power-ups. Yeah, I've never done those. I don't do anything that puts any like strain on like knees and hips and shit like that. I'm just not in the game for that reason. Yeah, hit me up on Discord anytime. I think somebody's got the cardio's the one. You see, mate, Douglas, I cannot tell you, I cannot be more clear. I've got horrible genetics. I mean, I'm all right in the face department, but like I've got broad shoulders, and the moneymaker obviously is in decent shape. But I've got horrible genetics, man. Like my like metabolism is dog shit. So it's not great. I'm so happy I started working out as a kid. I'm addicted to it and have to every day. I used to be proper skinny. I only started working out about 7 or 8 years ago. I just said to myself, right, I'm just going to get on the push-ups game. And I do like minimum 500 push-ups a day. And that's how I maintain a little bit of, those core strength workouts are usually the best. And the thing is, yeah, because I'm really light, I kind of need that. Because a lot of I get involved in breaking up fights every day at work. And I find that I'm able to, because obviously you can't knock someone the fuck out if they start swinging at you. So you've got to just be able to like push people off and, keep people off you. And I found I'm able to do that with people who are like 17 to 21 and in their prime. You got a full head of hair, bro. You're good. Bro, I'm grateful for that every day. But I'm also shameless in saying that as soon as it starts to go, I'm going straight to Turkey, sir. I might even do a live stream about it. Shameless shit. I don't give a fuck. Can we get a Chihuihuis in honor of Raul? Raul needs to step up to because he was the one stinky fight at the UFC Noche or whatever it was. He was dog shit in that fight. Very disappointing performance. He is a little kid or whatever, but I'm. Can we? Oh, sorry. Horrible genetics is bullshit, Frankie. You can't be fucking immortal and have bad genes. Stop lying. It's a trade off though, isn't it? Aloe vera shampoo helps hair growth. I actually use goated shampoo, which is probably why I've still got hair left at all. I can't remember the technicalities of it whatsoever, but there's something that's in like poor people's shampoo that just fucks up your roots and makes you lose hair. I don't use that shit. My shampoo is like $30 a bottle or something like that, which is fucking hella expensive. But I said hella again. Jesus Christ. Why have I started saying hella again? I hate that word. Anyway, my point is, I think that's why I've managed to keep somewhat of a hair game going. I kind of hope Raul Rosas gets banged out. I don't even know who he's fighting. I have very little knowledge about this card. I'm just winging it. But the fights I do know about, I reckon they're going to be slobber knockers. How you doing, Angie? Hope you're doing really well over there. So, can someone let me know when the card actually gets started? Because I'm gonna hang around for a little bit. I'll just pop the card up over here. So, if somebody could let me know when the card actually starts proper, and I'll maybe hang around for like at least the first fight. How dare you besmirch Raul? I just find him a bit annoying. I don't know why. He annoys me. You know how you can't help it. Morales is not likely to beat Rosas. Well, they definitely DHT might be what it is. The most fights at British schools be over bangers and mash, not having enough gravy on top usually. Usually the fights that happen at university, yeah, is people who are bantering with each other. Ah, you ginger cunt. Ah, your mum's a slag. And then out of nowhere, they just start fucking each other up. That's usually how it starts. It's usually friends though who are joking about. And then someone goes, "Oh," and then suddenly they're just scrapping. Shampoo doesn't matter that much. It's 99% genetics. There's crackheads with full heads of hair. Well, yeah, of course, genetics come into it, but you can do a lot to slow down the process, I think. I think if you care about your hair, like if you style it and you do things with it, I think it tends to last longer. I think there's some truth in that. I think if you're somebody who doesn't really give a fuck and puts the bare minimum into it, but like I said, yeah, my dad had his hair until the day he died, and he died when he was 53. So on the plus side, I'm gonna keep my hair my hair covering my head. On the downside, I'm probably gonna have a random heart attack early into my 50s. Worth it, in my opinion. Most annoying chant ever. I don't even know what this Chuiwis things come from. And the fact that so many people chant it like retards, it's just emblematic of the society that we're part of now. He didn't even have a bed till he started fighting. His family was so poor. I mean, I'm all for like rags to riches stories and all that shit, but it's getting a bit played out for me now. Have a good one, Angie. I hope you have a good sleep. I hope you recover well. Would you rather watch a knee guard or a tree grow? I'll go with the tree. UFC must give us Rebecca versus Ludovic Klein in Europe. I think Rebecca deserves higher up the rankings, in my opinion. They both kind of do. It's a weird one where putting them against each other seems kind of harsh. I would pick Rebecca in that fight, by the way. Frankie, you staying live for a few fights. I reckon I'll do one. I reckon I'll do one. Have you ever witnessed any chicks throw hands after one calls another butters? I'm telling you something, yeah. I've had the most damage done to me by breaking up chicks' fight. I've been bitten on this job. I've been scratched because women are more vicious. Men will watch movies and shit and they'll watch boxing and they'll think, oh yeah, go for the headshot. Really, what you should be doing is taking people down and dumping them on their head. Women just go all out nasty. They're pulling hair, they're biting, they're scratching. And if you get in the way of that, you're going to get chunks taken out of you. How you doing, S-Dogs? What's good, man? S-Dogs, fucking hell, bro. I have not been active on Twitter at all, and getting messages from you and realizing how many potential live opportunities I've missed is disgusting to me. So shout out S-Dogs MMA Talk. Sterling, have you hit 1,000 yet? You must have by now. You in the 1,000 club like your boy. The ironic thing is, yeah, I hit 1,000 like 2 weeks ago, and I'm already well on my way to 1,100. It's been a wild couple. Let me see what I'm on right now. I'm on 1,067 subscribers. So I've literally gained 7 subscribers in like 5 days. Amazing. I can't figure out why. Yeah, the collabs with S-Dogs are always good. It's just like, yeah, it's just a timing thing. I've been so fucked up with work, but S-Dogs, when I go over to Asia in a couple of days, I'm gonna be free most of the time. I'm just gonna be gym, eating, gentlemen's clubs. Um, so I'm gonna have plenty of time to live stream, and I'm planning on doing some fucked up stuff over there. I'm definitely gonna do that like 10 bars in 10 pints in 10 bars thing. I'm gonna be back off the wagon and I'm gonna fall off hard, boys. You're gonna see drunk Frankie is gonna make a very special guest appearance. That's a different guy right there. Break up a woman's fight. How'd you break up a cat fight? By throwing a bucket of cold water on them. I didn't even think of that. I stupidly get in the middle and end up getting scratched to fuck. It's nasty. I've had my eye scratched. If you go to a stream of mine a couple of weeks back, you'll see I had a scratched eye. I've got like a big lump under there that was taken out the back of my ear from someone scratching me. Bite marks on my arms. It's mad. How you doing, Kerry? What's good, my man? We're just hanging out. I'm basically waiting for somebody. I'm basically waiting for the card to start. Then I'm probably gonna watch part of the first one, and then I'm hoping that Dougie is gonna go live, which I'm assuming he's getting ready too soon. And then we're just gonna hopefully migrate over to Dougie's corner because I did a migration over to Brutally last week, so I need to mix up because Dougie's been one of my best supporters, and his lives are genuinely awesome. I usually hang out there for the full 5-6 hours, and he's amazing value. Peace out, Nacho. See you in a bit. I'll be over at Dougie's myself in about 20 minutes or so. Fun fact, Moreno never won a fight in Mexico City. Is that true? Oh, shit. It makes dudes angrier, Lane. Boiling hot water works better. Yeah, jam and jelly. That's a prison move. Doesn't it, like, stick to your skin and, like, burn it off and shit? I've learned a lot about you tonight, Bay. Have you done some time, sir? Where's Brutally? I don't think he's on tonight. I assume he's yeah, prison napalm. That's what they call it. I'm assuming Brutally doesn't give a fuck about this one. I'm assuming. I mean, I could be wrong. So who's online? Who's worth? Yeah, for me, it's got to be. Well, Gilly's on as well, but you know, Gilly doesn't really need help. Pickham's on as well. I'm not really a big fan of his, but I am subscribed to him. I don't really watch a lot of his content. It's not because I don't think he's any good, but yeah, Dougie's on as well, and it's gonna be. You have to watch Dougie tonight because he's gonna crash like a motherfucker when Steve ERCEG gets banged out. It's gonna be wonderful. I saw it on the show Mr. In Between. Did you watch that on my recommendation, or had you seen it before? That is a great show. It's starting to get around a little bit. Mr. In Between is an Australian, like I don't know what to call it. It's like a drama, not really a drama. I don't know what you call it. Mr. In Between is fucking sensational. JPO is amazing. What's his name again? Oh fucking hell. I can't remember. Ray Shoestone or whatever his name is. He is incredible. And I've seen the series through a couple times, so I should be remembering his name. It is the best show I'd seen in ages. I don't think I've seen anything as good since as well. The thing is, what I respect about that motherfucker so much here is he clearly had a plan in place where he was like, I'm doing 3 seasons, I've got it written. And they've been begging him apparently for years to make like a feature movie and to do a 4th season. And he's like, nah, that's where I wanted to leave it. I'm out. And I fully respect it. Ends on a fucking sick cliffhanger as well. No, Rishi Smith. That's it. Might be the best individual character I've ever seen in a series. Unbelievable. I was walking around like I was saying I'm going to the dunny for about a year after I watched that show. Like it's it's quintessentially Aussie at its core. I was literally gonna disown Dougie when I heard he hadn't seen it. I was disgusted with him. Hustle, you've got to watch it. Mr. In Between is sensational. I put my whole reputation as somebody who recommends things on Mr. In Between. If you don't like it, you're an absolute cunt. What's your opinion about Tapuria's new cringe next nickname, La Leyenda? La Leyenda. What does that even mean? The Matador was fine. There was nothing wrong with the Matador. It kind of goes with the whole Spanish thing. I can't even say that without double taking. Kayenda, am I right? Oh my god. Yeah, he's I don't like that. Has the card started by the way yet? I don't have a bet on this one, so I don't really care, but I should at least put it on. Oh, the legend. Yeah. I mean, he's certainly not short on confidence. I'll give him that. He's a very confident young man. I think we get him and Charles Oliveira next. I think that's looking more and more likely because Makhachev is definitely going to run away. I mean, if you look at the people he's beat, the thing is, yeah, it's like that self-envisaging thing, isn't it? He clearly believes in himself, and I think when you're going in there and you're trying to take each other's heads off, I think it's necessary. I think you have to have that full belief. All right, let me have a quick look because I think the card should be starting relatively soon. I've got the tablet ready for this very moment. All right, so the ring walkouts are very, very close. It's going to be funny to see him die at lightweight. I don't think he will. I'm fully in on Tapuria. I think he's going to do very well. Charles Oliveira is a dangerous fight, though. I think his hands are just too good, and I'm telling you something. Yeah, we haven't seen the best of Tapuria in terms of his ability to wrestle is actually. I've seen some of his early work, and I know it wasn't against very high competition, but the way that he transitions into certain positions, we haven't seen the best of him. We really haven't. And he is such a good boxer. Or he's got such good hands. I think he's going to cause people some problems. Is he going to beat Makhachev? As of what I've seen, I would have to say Makhachev is obviously going to be the favorite. But Frankie, don't forget to change the stream title to full card fight. Fuck off! I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm definitely not hanging around here for the whole card. I can't do it. What I might do though, I'll tell you what though, yeah. Betty, when I'm over abroad, I might do one. Because the thing is, yeah, I'm gonna be getting drunk for it anyway, and I'll just ramble through the whole thing. So it'll feel like a blip to me. But 7 hours is too much for me when I'm sober. I can't hack it. Good hands, also midget. True, but he's a very strong midget. I think he's gonna do all right. I think he will come unstuck. I think he'll get a loss there. I think Makhachev is where he probably. But imagine if he does it. Imagine if he does it. If he goes up and beats Oliveira and then Makhachev, he's basically the GOAT at that point. Maybe I'm going a little bit too far in that, but it would be huge. It would be huge. And I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it. As of right now, I'm picking Makhachev. But by that time, if he goes in there and absolutely destroys Oliveira, I'll be with it. Bahamondes, or I don't think he ever has to fight them. I'll be real. I think that's why it's smart for him to move. I don't even think Rufi's that good. I don't think Bahamondes is that good as well. They're both obviously dangerous, but Tapuria's elite. Whereas Bahamondes and Rufi are merely very good. I think Tapuria beats Islam. I think by the time he gets him, if he goes in there and absolutely destroys Charles Oliveira, which he could very much do, I think he could beat Makhachev as well. The momentum will be on his side. He has the youth, he has the confidence. And I think, like I said, if he can get in there without having to show his full skill set, if he goes in there basically and starts punching up Oliveira and dusts him out of there quickly and we don't get to see his wrestling, I think Makhachev's going to underestimate him. Imagine if he beats Charles and then Islam twice. It's game over. He's the GOAT after that. People are talking about Islam like he's in potential GOAT conversation himself, even though he's fought midgets. Imagine if he KOs them. Imagine if he KOs them both. It's over. They have to make it now. I agree with you. He deserves it. The thing is that the reason why he deserves it is he did the right thing. He gave up his belt and didn't do all that stalling up the division shit. He gave it up and he's moved on, moved up. They should give him that fight, but they won't. Islam's not going to fight until at least October, November, and Tapuria can't wait around that long. But fighting Charles Oliveira is risky. I hope they just make Islam versus Ilya as well. I agree. It's the fight to me. He deserves it. He's fucking beat. He starched out Volkanovski. He's the first person to ever KO Max Holloway. That means something. That guy ain't human. I finally get to catch a 2020. I hope you get luck, Douglas Memo, because it's been a blessing that you haven't seen any of these cards because they've been shit. We had one good card this year. That would be it would be the best 500%. The best 5-fight win streak in a row ever. That would be almost impossible to top. And I'm not even, and again, I'm not some superior dick rider out here. I like him, but I'm not that invested in him. But from a skill set perspective and what the potential he has to do, if I was him, man, I would have gone down to bantamweight even because he could definitely make that weight. But the problem is Marab has the belt. They're both Georgian, really. Volk, Max, Chucky, Olives, Islam ×2. That would be sensational. But then you know how the narrative would go. Islam was never that good, blah, blah, blah. You know how MMA fans are, but the real ones would know. That would elevate him from being potentially, you could potentially make an argument he's top 20 of all time right now. That pushes him right, well, beating Charles Oliveira, especially if he knocks his chin off, for me, puts him in the top 10. Then if he beats Islam Makhachev by hook or crook, he's in the top 3 greatest fighters of all time. And if people want to put him at the top, I'll be all right with that as well. Obviously, the nature of the wins matter as well. Bro, Max has taken so much damage, it was a matter of time. It's like when you loosen up the lid on the jar for your girl and she open it and take the credit. Fucking bitches. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. I mean, it's a fair point. He was the most hit fighter in UFC history. And people don't realize that about Max Holloway. Max Holloway has taken some fucking beatings in his career. But he's dished some out as well. He has the worst, other than Gaethje, who has the worst strike differential, considering when you think about how many fights Gaethje's won, Gaethje's been hit more than he's hit, which is mad to say. But Max Holloway's not that far off as well. And if you think about it, he's had some lopsided wins. Against Cater, didn't he have like 500 significant strikes or something mad like that? It's fucking tough though. Is Josh Emmett? Yeah, that was insane. I'll be honest, yeah. We've seen some beatings in the octagon. That beating that Tapuria gave to Josh Emmett is one of the most prolonged beatings I've ever seen. There was at least 3 10-8s in there. You could argue 4. That was the most surreal scorecard that's ever got written out. It was something like 50-42 on some of the scorecards or some shit. Emmett deserves a lot of credit for that because he beat 10 years out of his life away, at least. Can you imagine the recovery that guy had to go through after that beating? Gaethje softened Max up for that Ilya with that knockdown. Nah, it wasn't Gaethje. It wasn't Gaethje. That's very nice of you to say, though. Gaethje will enjoy that. Incorrect, though. Max stoppage was early, too. Shauna Bannon got more of a chance, and look at what she did. Yeah, Shauna Bannon's trash, and she's buzz. But it was a great comeback victory. I'll give her that. I'm excited. Wow, Austin Hubbard looks white as fuck. Oh, that was his shirt. Sorry, guys. I'm tripping. This should be. I think this card's going to start off with. I think this is going to be a banger of a fight. I think we're going to get some real scraps tonight. If you're sticking through and you're a hardcore and you're sticking through for this one, you're going to get rewarded. I think tonight, and I think it's going to be remembered as a good card because the main event's going to be a fucking war as well. Because Moreno doesn't know how to do anything else but have wars. Fucking incredible. Know who else went? Oh, yeah. But the thing is that Yusuf Zalal is actually quite good. I know his last fight was really boring. Yusuf Zalal is fucking young as well. And I don't think Yusuf Zalal's ever been starched out either. He's tough. Thank you very much, Colton G. Always appreciate you having you here. I hope you enjoy the card a lot as well, man. I'm literally gonna hang out for another 10 minutes, and then whoever's still here. Is that a stamp from a club on your hand? Actually, no. I took my son to soft play this afternoon, and you can pay extra so they can go on like the go-karts. My son's a really good driver. So it's rather than putting the stamp on him, I put it on myself. Nothing as cool as a club stamp. I should have just made up a story there, but yeah. I hope not Manu. You think Poirier's last fight will be against Max? I don't. He's already beat him twice. I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll do Poirier. Gaethje asking for a title shot really fucking annoyed me. I think they'll do Poirier versus Gaethje, the rubber match. I think that's what they'll end up doing because they're both running out of options. I think Topuria. I think Topuria and not Topuria and Gaethje. I think Topuria and Poirier was a possibility for a little while. Um, but yeah, I don't. I think that's off the table now. So I think the only thing that's left for Poirier is Gaethje, and they won all. Will be a banger of a fight. They'll both get nicely paid. Be a nice fight where they both fuck off. If I'm perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind seeing the back of both of them. As good as fighters as they are, what I hate about where they are is they always do enough to stay in that top 5 and gatekeep, but then not enough to deserve getting to the belt. Is Poirier booked already though? Have I fucked it up? Yeah, I've got the it is about to start. Hang on a sec. That's real dad stuff, yeah, man. You know how I am with Frankie Jr. So yeah, that's gonna be the I don't think Poirier's booked yet, but I might be wrong. I've been so out of the loop lately that I could very much be wrong. It's possible. Now, this fight's gonna be I know this fight's between two fucking nobodies, but we need this card to start off with fire. We need somebody to get chinned out here to set the tone. Because once you get no just pulled up my very legal stream. That's my guy. Do you know, I'm saying that, and I actually pay for Fight Pass, but fortunately I've got Discovery as part of my mobile network plan, so it's worth like $30 a month, but I get all the UFC cards for free as well. So I'm paying for it without paying for it, or I'm watching it legally without paying for it, which is the absolute ideal situation. Gaethje could fight Islam for the no. I'm sick of Islam getting free layups, mate. Gaethje has already proven that he's not world title level. He's already proven that. I'm sick, and I think that's why Islam is turning down the Topuria fight. I think he's looking at Gaethje and knowing it's another easy fight for me. It's another name to get on my legacy. To outside of Islam, he's pretty much had free legacy up to this point. I know the Charles win was good, but that was always a bad stylistic matchup for Charles. I'm sick of this motherfucker getting layups, and Gaethje would be another layup. It would be exactly what Khabib did to him. Complete waste of time. I don't want to see it. Do Gaethje versus Poirier, and then they can both hold hands and fuck off into the sunset together. Go bum each other for all I care. I do not want to see either of those men get anywhere near a title shot. They've had their chances. They've already blown them. I don't care. We've already had our first kick to the balls. I'm at 433, round number 1. I'm gonna hang around for a small little bit, and then we'll I assume most of you have head over to Dougie's stream already. Gaethje saying he lost an exhibition is the most Neanderthal comment I've ever seen. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Who the fuck is this new ref? I haven't seen him yet. Yeah, this guy looks like someone's uncle. Uncle Jose. That's the one thing I enjoy about like international fight cards. You just get to see these dodgy refs bowling up. I might have been wrong about this fight. Oh, they're swinging now. BMF don't mean shit. I mean, it's still a fight though. You can't go, oh, well, that was an exhibition. That's fucking stupid. Here's the thing, yeah. After Gaethje KO'd Poirier, he should have got his title shot then. I would have been fine with it. But he took another fight and he lost. And then he takes on fucking Fiziev, who's been out of the game for 2 years. And you came in at what, a week and a half's notice. Fuck that, man. You can't get a title shot off that shit. The Gaethje hate is crazy, to be honest. Dude rules and deserves a shot more than anyone else right now. He absolutely does not. Charles Oliveira deserves a shot more. Tapiri deserves a shot more. Who else is at lightweight? There's a few people who should be in front of him in the queue. A few. He'd be about fourth or fifth in line. He blew his chance. He should, like I said, he should, after he KO'd Poirier, that was the time to take the title shot. And he thought to himself, oh, I'll get the BMF belt, because he probably thought he was going to walk through Max Holloway. He thought Poirier dusted him up twice, way too big for him. I'll fuck him up. So he took that fight thinking it was a nice little payday, nice little layup for him, and he got fucking schooled. We've got to stop the days here where somebody who's never held a belt can get a title off one win. That can't be happening. And the lightweight division isn't that far fucked up. If you put Gaethje in there, it allows Makhachev to push back things. Arman Sarukin's another example. But the Charles Arman fight was very, very close. And Charles at least has wins. At least you can say he's got wins. And he's beat Gaethje. He's beat Poirier. And the Arman fight was very, very close. You can't justify Charles having, and don't get me wrong here, I don't want to see Charles Oliveira get a title fight either, because I think Islam Makhachev destroys him. There's nothing about Charles Oliveira that I've seen that tells me it doesn't go exactly the same way. I have no desire to see that again. None. Arman should be getting the fight, really. Arman or Ilya. I thought it was very close, the Arman and Charles fight. I mean, let's remember, Charles had him in a guillotine at the end of the fight that could have ended it. So I know it's a cliched thing to say, but that fight goes 30 seconds later, whatever. Charles had him locked up. When I was watching it live, I thought Charles had won 2 rounds to 1. Competitive, but not close. I thought Charles won the fight, I'll be real. And again, I like both guys. I like Arman a lot. But Arman definitely deserves it over Gaethje. Nobody can make that argument. Yeah, but Max is 145 and KO Justin. Exactly. He didn't just KO him, though. He was winning you could argue 4 rounds to 1 at that point. If Hubbard walks out of the cage without a limp, I'll be impressed. Hubbard is not UFC level. And Ilya KO'd Max, exactly. For giving up the belt and not fucking around, Ilya deserves the shot. Arman only survived that mounted guillotine because his shorts fell down. You can make that case. And he had him in a dust at the end of the fight. Exactly. He was, if the fight was if this was a simulated death match, which is what, I know you can't make that argument, but Charles wins that fight. Well, it looks like we're off to a relative stinger here, boys. This does not bode well for the rest of the card, but let's see. I think we'll get it. I'm not entertained right now. I think what we'll do, we're gonna do the right thing here. I know we don't have as many people in here as we usually do, but Dougie's got Dougie's wearing some sick ass. Dougie's up for this. I'm telling you boys now, get over to Dougie, and if you're not subscribed to him, obviously do so. But you want to be there for when he crashes out when ERCEG loses. You want to be there. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Volk deserves a rematch of Ilya more than Ilya deserves anything at lightweight. I don't know. I don't know. There's an argument for that. There is an argument for that. I'm a big Volk fan, and I think he took both. I think he took both his last 2 losses in bad circumstances. Volk to me was on the road to being the GOAT and fucked it. If Armin had chosen to wear spandex instead of shorts, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I agree, and I think despite that, I still think he won the fight. I thought he won I think it was the first round, and I think he won the third round. I can't remember exactly, or maybe it was 2 and 3. I can't remember, but I had him clearly winning 2 rounds. You should win a round if you almost have a finishing sequence put in, or you have an opportunity to finish the fight. And he definitely won either 1 or 2. I can't remember which one it was. Please, somebody get sparked out here. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off now. Head over to Dougie's Corner. Trust me, it's gonna be entertaining because the crash out he's gonna have is gonna be legendary. Thanks to all of you who pulled up. We'll be back tomorrow with a panel. Hopefully, we'll get Gilly on, we'll get JVD on, and we'll get Good Noodle on. I'm planning on making that the regular Sunday one. And I need some final ideas for what to do when I get over to Manila because I'm going to do some fucked up stuff over there. Anyway, shout out to everyone here. Much love to all of you. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll probably be on a little bit later on Sunday because I don't have work on Monday. So, Hustle, we can continue this conversation in Dougie's Corner if you head your ass over there. Shout out to you, boys. Safe Betty, as always, you legend. Shout out to you, JPL. The link for silk pajamas is in the description. Get on the community bets. Best place to do it. Shout out to all of you. Lala, thanks for turning up right at the end. I appreciate you as well. I'm gonna head off and watch Making the Walk's latest video as well. Safe, boys and girls. I'll see you tomorrow. Should be a fun one in a bit.